Okay, hello everybody, Todd here, all things archery and shooting. I got another bow review for you today. This one's on an AF Archery All-American Longbow, they call this. It's supposed to be a 60-inch longbow at 50 pounds, 20-inch draw. Their website is www.afbow.cn. I got this off Amazon. The price is $139 and they charge $30 shipping. As you can see, the box is pretty messed up. It came in just as you see it, crushed and busted up and everything. The end of this box here was open already. And this is the building label, all in Chinese. Everything here is in Chinese. Let's get it cut open, and most of the tape's been broke loose. I don't know if they did that in customs or what, but let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Nothing else in the box. The box is empty. Oh. I don't see any. We got here. This is open too. We got two nocks. Got a string. It's like a D97 endless loop and looks like a hair rest. Okay. Yeah, it's a D97 endless loop string. One big loop, one small loop. Okay. And we got a rest here. Alright, let's take a look at the bow itself. Okay, the bow itself, it's 60 inches long, supposed to be 50 pounds at 28 inches, but I don't see any kind of limb markings or weight markings on the bow. I do have a serial number right here, which is barely, not that hard to see, but nothing else is on the bow. It does have a radius shelf. It's fiberglass belly and a fiberglass back on the bow with looks like three laminates of bamboo in it. It does have nice tips on the end for learning the fast fly. These are really nice tips. Wood's pretty. I get the woods are like a red oak. It's really pretty. It's got a nice power lamp in the middle here, and it's also got a protection piece on the front of it here. I forget what they call that, but that's extra. It's got a nice, I guess, a medium grip on it. Not too bad. Very light though. Very light bow. Let me get you a close up of this. You can check it out. Okay, let's take a look at it now. As you can see, there's really nice tips on it. They're really well done. Like 1, 2, 3 layers of tips on them. The nocks are cut evenly and looks good. You can see the 3 layers of bamboo in there. It's the serial number right here. That's all that's on is the serial number. It does have a little metal, like a nice little cool metal, like old bare metals in there. It's got a power lamp right here running through it. So it's got 3 pieces that makes the bow. And it's a full-length laminate too on the front piece. As you can see, it fully comes around. So the first 2 laminates of bamboo, as you see here, come around the front. Then the 3rd laminate of bamboo comes behind. So it should be a pretty strong bow. It's got a crown piece here. I guess that's what you call that. It's really nice. It does have a radius shelf. Okay. Look down the bow. Other end of the nock looks really nice there. Okay. Nice tips on it. It does not have, as you can see, this is the bottom limb here. Nothing on the bottom limb with a weight or draw length. Same here on the top. All it has is that serial number. It's supposed to be 50 pounds at 28 inches. Oh. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest on. So as always, use denatured alcohol to clean your rest up, because that's probably got some shipping dust on or stuff from the manufacturer. You won't be able to let your rest stick, okay? Just clean it off really good. We'll go ahead and use the rest it came with. It looks like it's pre-cut, which is kind of nice, pre-cut rest. Doesn't really need any trimming, so yeah, it's already been pre-cut for, which is nice, so that's good. Alright, let's put this piece on first. Okay. Actually, this rest is no good. It's missing glue on the edge here. Alright, fits right. Go going in the right direction too, which is good. Okay. Get this. Yeah, you can tell this must have came over on a ship because this glue is all deteriorated. I'm gonna have to replace this rest eventually, guarantee it, because it's gonna be probably not gonna stay on the bow, but we'll put it on for right now. Right, there's the rest. Okay, little bear hair rest. Okay, I guess not really bear hair. I guess I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to replace that rest because it's not really. I'll replace that later. Okay. Now the string is a D97. I looked online. It is a D97 endless loop. It is 18 strands. I counted the strands here. It's got a really small serving area though. It's just only 5.5 inches, not even quite 6 inches. So I hate small serving areas on my string. So, but I do like a D97 endless loop. They are a fast string. It does have a small loop and a big loop, as you can see here. So we can go ahead and know which one goes where. Let's get this bow strung up and we'll get it tested and we'll get the knock point on it and see what she pulls. Okay. There she is strung up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace his rest. It's already starting to unpeel. I mean, that glue was just totally ruined from, I guess, the trip over here. Lost all the sticky ability. But it's supposed to be a 7.5 inch brace height, between 7 and 7.5 inches it says. Let's see what we got on our brace height. Perfect, right? It's 7.5 inches. Let's take a look at the bow now. Like I said, I'm gonna have to replace this rest because the glue on it's kind of deteriorated from, I guess, from being in the hull of a ship. It's got a few little sanding marks on it, minor marks here and there. Got a little imperfection spot right there in the wood they missed. I don't see any glue or anything like that. I mean, 60-inch bow. It's got a nice little recurve to it, nice little deflex reflex design. See this, a deflex reflex design. So it should be pretty quick. Let's get the weight on it now, see what it pulls. Okay. Actually, we need to get the knock on first. Let's do that. They send you a couple of knocks. Use your cheap brass knocks they send you with it. So we'll stick that on. I always set my knocks a little bit high because I work it down when I tune my arrows for it. And we're just, Actually, the knock doesn't fit the string, it's too small. Yeah, the knock, it's a super small knock. It won't fit the serving of the string, so I'm going to get one of my other knocks here. Be right back. Okay, I got one of my brass knocks here. This will fit it just fine. The ones that came with the bow don't fit. It's Chinese bow, like I said. Now look, you put this knock on. It says this string's going to have to be reserved. The serving of the string's really bad. It's got no room at all to play with, so. Okay. Boy, that just barely fits that knock too. I mean, barely. And you can see here, they didn't serve it down far enough. From the top, it should have come up here a little bit further, which they didn't. You can see the knocks right at the edge there. So I'll have to reserve this string for sure. All right, so I got to reserve the string. I used a different knot. Did not come out right. So far, quality of this bow is not too impressed with it. I mean, it's a beautiful finished bow, but I mean, stuff like the serving should have been taken care of. The fish should have been brought a lot further up. Okay. Alrighty, that's the bow. I mean, I like the wood. The wood's really nice, like a red oak. There are some pitting in it and some minor imperfections in the wood. Okay, it's got a little damage right here, I guess, from the trip. I didn't see that. Just noticed it right there in the corner. I guess the box was beat up. Looks like it had been bent in or hit there really hard with something. Probably was damaged on the way over here. They should have packed this thing better. It's a little bit of bubble wrap in a single box. And you also got a pitting right here. It's not going to affect the way the bow performs. It's not very good looking, you know. I mean, it looks terrible. But the rest of the serving on down by the knock seem to be, are also quite not long enough. They're very short. Usually I like about a 5-inch down here at the bottom. That's about 2.5 inches maybe. And this one here is about the same, about 2.5 or 3 inches. I usually like about a 5-inch serving down here. And I like at least an 8 or 9-inch serving here. So, other than that, let's put the, as you can see, the rest got to be replaced. The glue's coming off the rest. I got to replace the rest. So, not a big deal. I got plenty of rest here. But I've got to replace the rest before I shoot it. So, let's see what she pulls. Alright, it's pulling right at 54 pounds, or 53 pounds at my drawling. My drawling's a little bit longer than 20 inches. My drawling's 29.5 inches. Let me see what it pulls on my tiller tree. Hold on. Okay, not terrible. I put it on my tiller tree and it's pulling just a tad over 49 pounds at exactly 20 inches. It's supposed to be 50 pounds at 28 inches, so it's pulling a little bit less. Not a big deal. All right, well that's the bow there. I mean, it's $169 with shipping. The bow's $139 and $30 shipping. I'll put a link in the description for you. It's a lightweight bow, I tell you that. 60 inches, which is nice. I do like that as a D97 fast light, but I do not like the string serving. Should have been moved up further. Okay, I put it down too low. And I'm going to have to replace the rest on it because the rest got heat damage to it because the glue is deteriorated on the rest. You see, it's already coming off right there. I'm going to have to replace that before I do anything with it. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull it off now. That's not even going to stay on there. See, the glue is completely deteriorated on that. So it's either old or it's been heat deteriorated. Not a big deal. I'll replace that with a new rest. Overall, I mean, not bad looking bow. Let's see what it does at the range. In part 2, I'll do a full range test on it. We'll check it out in part 2 and see how it shoots. And the cosmetic, like I said, it's got a little blemishes here and there, some pitting in it. It's got some damage from shipping where it got banged against something. Nothing that's going to affect the way it structurally or the way it performs, though. I do like the grip on it, though. The grip is really, I like the grip a lot on that. The grip feels really nice in my hand. I really like the grip on it. I do love the tips. The way they did the tips are really done. That's like on a high-end bow. These tips are really nicely done. So they're using wood overlays and fiberglass in the middle, which is really nice. So will handle a fast light just fine. And I got a little bit of sanding marks around the knock-in where they sanded it. Didn't quite get exactly even right there. It's a little bit off. You can see it. But again, it's not going to affect the way the bow shoots, though. And this one's fine. This knock-in's fine over here. Alright. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video. We'll head out to the range, put those paces like I'll shoot 8 grains per pound of draw weight for a fast arrow, and I'll shoot 10 grains per pound of draw weight for a hunting size arrow. We'll see what it does across the chronograph. We'll see how accurate it is and how quickly I can pick it up and shoot it, okay? Alright, so stay tuned for part 2. And again, this is Todd, all things archery and shooting. I want to thank you guys for watching. And be sure to look at my Patreon channel. There'll be more details about this bow on my Patreon channel. So I'll put a link for my Patreon channel at the bottom of the description. And other than that, I'll see you out in the range. Until then, ciao.